$1.2 million. That's what Sarah had in her account the day she stopped working at 42. Not retired. Stopped working. Different thing entirely. Meanwhile, her college roommate Marcus, same age, same degree, actually made more money every single year than Sarah ever did, and he's staring down another 23 years minimum before he can even think about stopping. Same economy. Same market returns. One of them bought her freedom at 42. The other one will be setting an alarm clock into his mid-60s. So this is not a video about getting rich. Sarah's not rich, at least not by the standards you're picturing. This is a video about the exact dollar amount you actually need at your specific age to never have to work again. Not to live like a king. Not to flex on Instagram. Just to wake up tomorrow and make every single decision about your time without checking your bank account first. My name is Nick, and I run Finovest Logic because I got tired of financial advice that sounded like a motivational poster. Today, we're walking through the real numbers, by age, that buy you complete work optional status. And here's the one idea I need you to hold on to for the entire video because it's the thing that makes all of this actually possible. Your freedom number isn't about how much you make. It's about the gap between what you spend and what you need the market to replace. I call it the replacement equation. And the brutal, beautiful truth is that most people get the whole thing backwards. They think the number is huge because their salary is huge. But your salary is the least relevant number in this entire equation. 2 promises before we get into it. 1. I'm going to tell you Sarah's actual number, what she spends per year, and exactly how she knew $1.2 million was enough. And it's probably way less than you think. 2. There is one age range on this list where the math does something that looks like magic. It's not magic. It's just compound interest left alone long enough to do what it was always going to do. But the first time you see it, it hits like sorcery. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's math, historical data, and what I've learned watching people buy their way out of jobs they hate. Let's get into it. Here's what nobody tells you when you start Googling how much to retire. The number everyone's chasing, the one that shows up in every calculator, is based on your income. Financial advisors love to say you need 10x, 12x, even 15x your annual salary saved up. That is the wrong number. Because you're not replacing your income. You're replacing your spending. If you make $100,000 a year but only spend $40,000, you do not need $1.2 million saved. You need about $1 million, maybe less, depending on when you start. The entire game compresses into one question: what do you actually need to live the life you want, per year, in today's dollars? That number, not your salary, is what we're replacing. And we replace it using what's called the 4% rule. It's not perfect. It's not a guarantee. But it's the closest thing we have to a field-tested formula for not running out of money before you run out of life. Here's how it works. Historically, a portfolio of about 60% stocks and 40% bonds has been able to survive you pulling out 4% of the total every single year for 30 years or more without the whole thing collapsing. Sometimes way more than 30 years. So if you need $40,000 a year to live, divide that by 0.04. You get $1 million. That's your freedom number. The amount that, invested reasonably, throws off enough cash every year to cover your life without you having to show up to a job. Need $60,000 a year? Your number is $1.5 million. Need $80,000? That's $2 million. The formula is stupidly simple: annual spending divided by 0.04 equals your freedom number. And here's the part most people miss entirely. That number doesn't change with your age. If you need $50,000 a year to live, your target is $1.25 million whether you're 30 or 60. What changes is how much time you have to get there and how much you need to save each month to hit it. Time is the variable. And depending on when you start, it's either your best friend or your most expensive enemy. Let's walk through what the math actually looks like at every age. And I'm going to introduce you to Marcus because Marcus is about to do everything almost right and still wonder why it feels so hard. Marcus is 25. He just landed a real job. He's making $55,000, and after taxes, rent, life, he figures he could probably save $500 a month if he actually tried. He doesn't really want to. He wants to live a little first. I'll get serious about this at 30, he says. Let me show you what that sentence just cost him. Marcus decides he wants to be work optional by 55. 30 years from now. He figures he can live comfortably on $50,000 a year. So his freedom number, using our equation, is $1.25 million. If Marcus starts at 25, saving $500 a month, and gets a historically normal 8% average annual return, by age 55 he'll have about $1.86 million. He hits his number. He's done. He sails past it, actually. But Marcus waits. He starts at 30 instead. Same $500 a month. Same 8% return. By 55, he's got about $1.13 million. He misses his target by $120,000. And now he's got a choice: work longer, spend less, or save way more every month to catch up. 5 years of waiting didn't cost him 5 years of contributions. It cost him the entire ending. Because the money he would have invested from 25 to 30 had 30 years to compound. The money he starts investing at 30 only gets 25. That front-end time is worth more than the dollars themselves. This is the age where the market does the heavy lifting for you. At 25, Marcus is 30 now. He's been living a little. He's got maybe $15,000 saved, mostly by accident. He makes a bit more, around $65,000. He sees his friends starting to get serious, and for the first time, he Googles the math. It lands like a slap. To hit $1.25 million by 55, starting from near zero at 30, he needs to save roughly $1,400 a month. Not $500. Nearly triple. Because he no longer has 30 years. He's got 25. And the compound interest curve he could have ridden from 25 to 30 is just gone. He can't buy it back. Here's what the math looks like at 30 for different freedom numbers: $40,000 per year needed target, $1 million saved $1 100 a month, $50,000 per year needed target, $1.25 million. At 30, you're still early. The math still works. But the window where time does most of the work for you is closing. From here on out, it's increasingly about the dollars you put in, not the years you let them sit. This is the age where people make one of two moves. They either get serious, lock in the discipline, and hit the number. Or they rationalize the delay one more time, promise themselves they'll catch up at 35, and quietly make the whole thing twice as hard. Marcus tells himself he'll catch up. He saves some months. Not others. By 35, he's got about $80,000 saved. Better than nothing. Not even close to on track. At 35, Marcus finally feels the urgency. He's watching people his age talk about financial independence online, and he realizes he's behind. He's making more now, around $75,000. But his lifestyle crept up with it. Bigger apartment. Nicer car. Weekend trips. The raises disappeared into life. To hit $1.25 million by 55, starting from $80,000 saved at 35, Marcus now needs to put away about $1,850 a month. He tries. He makes it 2 months. Then the expense creep kills it. He drops back to around $1,000 a month, convincing himself that's still good. It is good. It's just not enough. Here's the reality at 35 to 40, $40,000 per year target, $1 million goal saved $1 for 80th month from $50,000 saved, $50,000 per year target, $1.25 million goal saved $1 850th month from $80,000 saved, $60,000 per year target, $1.5 million goal saved $2 220 month from $100,000 saved. This is the decade where income usually peaks. It's also the decade where expenses explode. Kids. Houses. The life you thought you were working toward costs exactly what you needed to save to stop working. And here's the trap nobody names. At this age, you're not just fighting the math. You're fighting identity. I worked hard to make this much. I deserve to spend it. That sentence is expensive. Because what you actually deserve is the choice to stop working when you've had enough. And every dollar that goes to deserving something now is a month you'll spend working later. By 40, if Marcus hasn't gotten serious, the math starts to look mean. Marcus is 45. He's got about $320,000 saved. He's done better the last few years. But he also just realized something that makes his stomach drop. To hit $1.25 million by 55, starting from $320,000 saved at 45, he needs to save roughly $3,700 a month for the next 10 years. That's not a savings rate. That's a second job made of discipline. Here's the age 45 breakdown: $40,000 per year goal, $1 million target, save $2,950 month from $250,000 saved, $50,000 per year goal, $1.25 million target, save $3,700 month from $320,000 saved, $60,000 per year goal, $1.5 million target, save $4 for $40 a month from $400,000 saved. This is where people start adjusting the target instead of the behavior. Maybe I don't retire at 55. Maybe 60 is fine. And maybe it is. But that's a 5-year extension of a job you're already tired of, bought with decisions you made 15 years ago. The cruel math of this decade is that you're finally making enough to save big, but you've run out of time for the money to multiply itself. You're in the brute force phase. Every dollar of your freedom now costs a dollar saved. There's no compounding fairy dust left to do the work for you. But here's the thing that keeps this from being hopeless. Even at 45, even behind, the math still works if you actually do it. Save $3,700 a month from 45 to 55, and you hit $1.25 million. It's hard. It's not impossible. And for the people who started at 25? They're putting in half that and hitting the same number because they bought time when it was cheap. Marcus doesn't hit $3,700 a month. He averages maybe $2,200. By 50, he's sitting on about $650,000. Respectable. Not enough. And now he's staring at 55 knowing he's going to miss his number unless something changes. At 50, Marcus finally has a number he believes. $650,000 saved. 5 years to 55. And he knows, probably for the first time with complete honesty, that he's not going to make it to $1.25 million unless he does something different. Here are his options. Option 1, push the target to 60 instead of 55. 5 more years of contributions, 5 more years of growth. Suddenly his $650,000 becomes about $1.4 million if he saves $2,000 per month. He hits it. But he works 5 more years. Option 2, lower his annual spend target. Instead of $50,000 per year, maybe he only needs $42,000. That drops his target to about $1.05 million. Achievable by 55 if he saves around $2,800 per month. Option 3, grind. Save $5,500 per month for 5 years and hit the original $1.25 million at 55. Possible if his income supports it. Painful either way. Here's the 50 to 55 reality: $40,000 per year target, save $4 for $400 month from $500,000 saved to hit $1 million by 55. $50,000 per year target, save $500 month from $650,000 saved to hit $1.25 million by 55. $60,000 per year target, save $600 month from $800,000 saved to hit $1.5 million by 55. This is the age where the mistakes made in your 20s and 30s send you the bill. You can still pay it. It just costs more now than it would have then. Marcus chooses option 1. He pushes to 60. It stings. But it's honest. And honestly, he tells himself, 60 isn't that bad. Now let me take you back to Sarah. Remember her? Stopped working at 42 with $1.2 million. Here's what she actually did differently. Sarah's annual spending wasn't $50,000. It was $46,000. She tracked it for 2 years before she pulled the trigger, and she knew exactly what her life cost. $46,000 divided by 0.04 equals $1.15 million. She had $1.2 million. She was over the line. But here's the part that made it possible. Sarah started saving $800 per month at 27. Not a fortune. Just consistent. She never made over $72,000 in any year of her working life. But she also never spent like she made $72,000. She lived on about $46,000 and invested the gap. By 35, she had $310,000. By 40, about $780,000. At 42, she crossed $1.2 million and just stopped. She didn't quit to do nothing. She quit so every decision about her time was optional. The difference between Sarah and Marcus wasn't intelligence. It wasn't income. It was this: Sarah knew her number and built her life around hitting it. Marcus knew his salary and built his life around spending it. Same market. Same years. One of them is work optional at 42. The other is looking at 60 if he's lucky. So here's what all of this comes down to. Your freedom number isn't some mythical thing you need to be rich to touch. It's just math. Honest, boring, totally achievable math. Annual spending divided by 0.04 equals freedom number. At 25, time does most of the work. At 35, you and time split it. And here's the thing nobody tells you because it doesn't sell courses. The hardest part of this entire equation isn't the saving. It's the spending. Specifically, it's knowing what your life actually costs and having the guts to not let that number grow every time your paycheck does. Marcus made more than Sarah almost every year. She stopped working 18 years before he will. The gap between them wasn't income. It was the distance between what they made and what they kept. So if you want to know your number, start here. What do you actually need per year to live the life you want? Be honest. Not aspirational. Actual. Multiply that by 25. That's your target. Figure out how much time you have. Divide the distance between here and there by the months you've got left. That's your monthly save rate. It's not inspiring. It's not a hack. It's just the map. And the map works if you follow it. Sarah followed it from 27 to 42. Marcus is still looking for a shortcut at 50. One of them is free. The other one is still setting an alarm. You're allowed to be either one. Just know which one you're choosing and what it costs. Thanks for watching Finovest Logic. If this actually landed, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.